Так. Хм-хм-хм. Так, компания. Ну, легендарные. Стандартные уж буду. Конечно, уж стандартно лучше. Когда в первый раз.
It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. Mankind wages a never-ending battle for survival against the demonic power of the Chaos Gods. But by one force is humanity shielded from true darkness. The Grey Knights. This secret chapter of Space Marines are the Imperium's surest defense against that which the Emperor foresaw would be its greatest threat. Humanity's blade against the demon. For in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
Mm-hmm.
Unidentified Astartes vessel. This is Captain Ferrani Everick of the warship Holiness of Ra. Geheris is lost. Repeat, Geheris is lost. All Imperial vessels are to withdraw at once. Astartes vessel, do you read me? Geheris is doomed. Please acknowledge this warning and...
You have done all you can, Captain. Go, in the Emperor's light.
You cannot sail into this storm.
We do what we must. Farewell, Captain. Tech Priest, report.
Hexagramic wards are under maximal pressure.
Commander, we cannot maintain this orbit for long.
Dispatch the assault team at once. I will join them and put an end to this myself.
Your will be done. The assault team is engaged, Commander. They clear a path to your arrival.
Here I stand. One unbreakable shield against the darkness. Tonight the Cadium falls, Hector. Our quest is finally near its end. Palamedes, report.
We have cleared a path through this chaff. Our target lies ahead.
Time is against us, brothers. We breached the cathedral. deluded zealots.
Your Imperium shall burn!
Cowards and weaklings. Advancing into cover.
Punish that craven fool.
Face the Emperor's judgment. I will end that heretic. Justice.
Uther, dispense of that heretic with your blade. Grant them no quarter.
Yes, Commander. I am the Emperor's Fury.
You're out of cover, Uther. Trust in the Aegis.
Gods be with me!
Pathetic.
Ah, the horror! Die, Imperial dog!
Pitiful.
Come at me now!
Wretch.
Just wait. Just wait.
Time stands against us. I will breach the cathedral. Demons, I will not be delayed by these recluse. Iolanthus, your brother, is pinned. Advance and deliver retribution.
By your command.
Deploy your frag grenade, brother.
We are hammer.
Deliver the Emperor's judgment, Uther. Advance and train your bolter on that doorway. Unleash your blessed ammunition the moment they are exposed. Palamedes, prepare for the demon's charge.
At once, Commander.
No! Not yet!
I sense dark powers from them. These soulless curs shall hinder us no longer. End that demon, Palamedes.
Engage him now. Curses!
cannot lose another battle, brother Iolanthus. Both demons must be destroyed.
Return to the jaws of your master! Die, Wolfsborn!
Excellent. I will move on ahead. There is not much time, brothers, but we must prepare for the coming battle. I can sense enemy reinforcements. Palamedes, resuscitate Uther, so you may both defend against them. Take up defensive positions, Palamedes. The enemy reinforcements will be here soon. Your resolve is commendable, Uther. Join Palamedes in defense of the cathedral. Iolanthus, with me. There's a breach in the wall ahead. I will breach the inner sanctum.
Futile! Millions of souls feed the flame! The threshold is passed! The warp emerges!
Your cult is broken. Your ritual is ended. Relish this breath, for it is your last.
Blood for the blood god! Skulls for the skull thrower!
To my side, Iolanthus. I will show you true wrath, demon.
Uther, we must protect the cathedral!
Not yet!
Our brothers have bought us precious time, Iolanthus. Flank that demon and fire at will.
For the Emperor!
You profane this sacred place with your master's fire. This ends now, demon.
Hmm.
For the Emperor.
Pathetic mortal! Weakling spawn of a false god!
I am the light that banishes darkness.
Your prayers mean nothing!
I am the hammer!
You have beaten me for now, little knight! But the war I fight is eternal!
Analysis. Warp signatures fading.
Then the blood ritual has ended. Where is that report? Report! Where is the commander?
He died a champion's death. Blade on blade against the foulest blasphemy.
A long campaign, over at last.
A victory at the cost of the commander's life.
Alive, he was ever a faithful servant to the Emperor. A true hero. In death, at least his duty has finally ended.
Assertion. This ship remains in crisis. The Baleful Edict is seriously damaged. There are grievous matters to attend.
Ah, yes. That is why I have invited our guest.
You have appointed him to take the commander's place?
No one else suitable survived the campaign.
Falsehood. You also live.
My apologies, Acting Commander. The priests of Mars do not understand our knightly oaths. Our men and stores are severely diminished. Your task is to lead us for the voyage home. It is a simple duty, and once we return to Titan, I will put the future of your command to the chapter's grandmasters. In the meantime, I will provide what advice I can.
I will also support you with counsel and service. But remember, the Baleful Edict is my chief concern. Be careful with this ship.
We sail for Titan on your word, Commander. Strike Force Xiphos at your disposal. Commander, could you please join me in this?
Tak.
Strategium. One of our battle brothers has proved himself worthy. Let us honor his deed. Brother Ulrich is a talented. With every promotion, your knights gain 2 ability points, which you can use to expand their capabilities. Confirming this promotion will apply your ability choices to all. Excellent. When you are finished, please join me at the star map. Our ship is in dire need of repair. We had best set a course for Titan and debrief the Grand Masters. Issue the travel order to begin our return to Titan.
Baleful Edict. In the name of the God Emperor.
Dominus, who is this interloper?
Code scrapings indicate an inquisitorial transmission.
Baleful Edict. Prepare for my arrival.
Duty calls, Commander. We should open a Vox link.
Inquisitorial vessel. Permission granted to come aboard.
Thank the God Emperor I found you. I must commandeer this vessel at once.
Impossible. We are bound for Titan. The edict cries out for repair.
The tech priest speaks the truth, Inquisitor. Our last crusade bled us dry.
I'm not blind, Knight. But heresy does not operate at our convenience. My destination is Koromar Prime, within this very system. Not such a taxing journey, I'd expect.
And what is it that you hope to find there?
This.
Beneath rotting skies, the air thickens with a world's final breath. Seeds planted in flesh and bone, watered with blood and tears. A warrior alone in the garden of a green god.
These are scraps of astropathic whimsy.
There's more.
It grows. It spreads. A great dispersal upon the etheric wind. The bloom proliferating. First, then Koromar, then world after world. Its roots spread from an ancient veil. Inquisitor, hear me! Hear me! Hear me! Who tends the garden?
The astropath sacrificed himself to send that message.
Now you understand why we must investigate.
Commander, we cannot risk further damage to this vessel.
It is the chapter ship, Dominus. The Inquisitor has every right to request our support.
It is not a request.
Commander, with your leave, we will set our course for this Koromar Prime.
Yes. Good. That will do for now.
Corruption site.
If we do not investigate this threat, the consequences will be dire.
Commander, it is our duty to support this Inquisitor, but we should complete this task as swiftly as we can. The Grand Masters on Titan are waiting for our report.
Rock.
Report. Signals from quarantine beacons detected in the upper atmosphere, but the surface itself is silent.
Plague, Commander. Send your squad to the surface.
Knights of Titan, you are the instrument of the Emperor's will. Make planetfall and discover if the Inquisitor's fears are founded. You should evaluate your Knight's armaments and ensure they are best suited to the battle at hand. The Nemesis Force choose which halberd you would like to equip. Your options will be limited until we return to Titan.
Commander, have your men look for signs of this plague.
Be vigilant, brothers.
As you will. Chaos stirs within the shadows. With haste. Praise the Emperor. Unleash me. Aye, sir. Knights!
Just wait.
Brothers, I have discovered the enemy. For the Emperor. We slay the darkness. Moving out. As you will. I will fire when ready. Pain is beneath me.
I see one.
Charge! You will bleed!
False angels.
The Emperor lights our path. Moving swiftly. Vengeance!
Get out of there!
Firing now!
Does he not stand?
Purge complete. Vengeance. Enemy down. Yes, sir. These wounds will heal. Gratitude.
Kill them all!
Their plight is ended. We strive.
Wait, that creature.
Inquisitor, we have seen the dead walk in this way before.
As have I. Poxwalkers are evidence of warp corruption. This is no natural plague.
I take all comers. I will hold them here. As ordered.
To examine this corpse and...
I will not tolerate this contamination spreading to my servitors.
Do not obstruct me, Tech Priest. I will follow proper protocols.
I am his chosen shield. Kneel! Foe down! Cower! Feel my wrath. We are the hammer. Back! We slay the darkness. Firing on target.
A satisfactory effort. Now return with my carcass so I can set to work.
We will deliver them to you as soon as containment is properly confirmed and sanctified.
Be swift about it. If this plague has already spread beyond this planet, then we will have far more ground to cover.
Only in death does duty end. Mission objectives achieved, Commander. Our guest wishes to speak with you in...
I must commend you on this impressive archive of demonic lore, Commander. It rivals some I've seen in inquisitorial fortresses. I will require it as a base of operations for my studies. I respect your authority in matters of combat, but I must remain until I can ascertain some solution to this plague. I am, of course, open to recommendations on which lines of study you feel would best serve the mission. I must insist, however, on beginning my research with a necropsy of the Poxwalker carcass your brothers recovered. I am certain they hold a key to understanding this corruption. I will conduct a necropsy of the recovered corpse to... I shall begin at once. Inform your crew that I am not to be disturbed.
Commander, I toil with a critical lack of resources. I request you attend me in a... My senators have restored the Manufactorum to operational use, but the edict remains severely damaged. Without access to a proper dockyard, restoration will be slow and limited by the resources we can requisition from Titan or nearby inquisitorial enclaves. As of this moment, reviving the edict's core power output takes absolute primacy. I must improve the edict's power output in order to conduct more extensive repairs. I must now interface with the logic engines. I trust you have a great deal to attend to.
Commander, I have adjusted the star map to display our current sector. However, our intelligence here is sparse. I suggest we bide our time until the Dominus restores power to our scanners. The Dominus has restored the star map to its full function. We are receiving a barrage of scanning data and astropathic scrapings from across the sector. This plague appears to have already spread its tendrils far and wide. We are faced with reports of 2 infected systems. We should monitor this infestation carefully and judge where best to direct our forces while the Inquisitor pursues her answers. Failure will cost many souls.
Protocol demands a preliminary salutation. Consider this requirement fulfilled. I will not have the edict put at risk, even for an Inquisitor. The ship will remain sterile. The Baleful Edict has never let any of the... That is the way of the waiting for new input. We had been the primary vessel for the... He was a leader in... He did not suffer defiance. Indeed, the Ecclesiarch waiting for... There are no affirmative. The interaction is over.
Let us ready ourselves for the trials to come, awaiting your orders. Come. Let us she already, even we. It was a strategic. Whatever best helps you. It seems the Emperor has other a matter, but I hope he had a why indeed. Whatever best help, I hope that aids you, brother.
Fool! Fool!
You have my this one. It is different if we must. The Grey Knight if we must. The Grey Knights will be I had previous divining the if we must. Yes, you've taken enough of my time.
Commander, our prognosticators have detected this bloom in 3 separate systems. We should examine one of them. I have identified this planet as a mission location to combat the bloom. Let us from here you can see some details for this mission, including the Why have you led us here, Inquisitor? There is no sign of strife on the comms.
Look more carefully, Knight. The codes used are old, but they are a mark of an active plague cult. Of that, I have no doubt.
If that is true, my brothers will make short work of them.
Ready for battle. Moving swiftly. I am with you.
Knights of the Throne! I will see one.
Brothers, strike for the chapter! They shall not pass. sir. I will fire when ready. Onward, brothers!
Attack! He was one of the chosen! Eat this!
Weak.
Knights of the Throne! Here's I see one. Just wait.
Your orders. Face me.
The wicked tools cannot stop you! Ah!
I am the Emperor's fury. I am his will. Empty. Good as new. I am the Emperor's fury.
Loading grenade.
Oh,
Die! 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 It bleeds! It bleeds! Does he yet stand?
Strong we shall stand. Onward, brothers. For Titan. So to the unworthy. Mercy in death. At once. Storm. Your orders? These wounds will heal. My wrath is restored, brother. Ever ready. The Aegis shields us.
All enemies have been cleansed. Good work, Commander.
We cannot afford to sit on our hands while the bloom spreads unchallenged.
Commander. Protocol demands that all proceeds as per the machine god's designs, Commander. I must attend to repairs.
We have restored functionality to the Augurium, and should when prognosticators are attuned to a system, they will extend the mission timer in all adjacent...
This poxwalker was one of the Imperial faithful, afflicted with a strain of mutagenic virus. There is no doubt we are dealing with the work of the plague god Nurgle. This must be the bloom whispered of in those astropathic fragments. Within the carcass, I found a germ of some ancient power corrupted with a foul psychic resonance. This seed is used to spread the virus. Of that I am certain, but it arrived to me damaged, and there is little else I can learn from it. In order to study how we might fight this plague, I must acquire one of these seeds completely intact. I can instruct your brothers on how to extract these specimens properly. Please ensure they pay attention. The Emperor loathes indolence. Let's not disappoint him. This is Inquisitor Cartha Vakir of the Ordo Malleus. I am alumnus of Evixia Danica. Access code Clarion Magenta 111721. I require immediate response.
This is Grandmaster Vardan Kai responding, Inquisitor. This act borders on heresy. The screams of the astropods you burned already reverberate through the warp.
Grandmaster, I have commandeered the baleful edict. We face...
You have seized a Grey Knight strike cruiser.
As is my right. I have foreseen dire omens for this sector. Already Nurgle's poxwalkers roam free.
Oh, indeed. I'm surprised an agent of your pedigree is not equipped to deal with such lesser threats of chaos. Agravain, perhaps you can clear up this nonsense for me.
My lord, he fell in battle during our last campaign against the Cadium cult. We had been returning to Titan for repairs when this Inquisitor intervened.
Ah, Brother Ektar, that is sorry news. I trust then that you have appointed one of our brothers to act in his stead. Well, speak up then, Commander. What say you to this Inquisitor's story? Intriguing. However, the galaxy is...
I am confident these...
Very well. I am not in the habit of second-guessing those under my command. That is, until given a good reason. I will leave the baleful edict...
You have my thanks, Grandmaster.
Don't thank me yet.
But I... Typical.
After each Grandmaster's report, you can spend your requisition to unlock and upgrade armor slots. The resource slot gives you You can only unlock or upgrade each slot once per report. Slot upgrades increase your chance of accessing more and better equipment and resources.
We both have work to do. What do you need? It is not so simple. I need the sea very well. The Grey Knights, and we each have our... Know that I will very well. Yes, you've taken enough of my time.
Do you seek wisdom, Commander? All tech priests are... There is no ancient, by all means, besides an arcade. Perhaps there's some... We are the hammer. Remember that.
Protocol demands a preliminary salutation. Unclean. Affirmative. The machine's spirit waiting for new input. I must attend to repairs.
Glorious deeds are optional objectives that add risk to a mission, but grant requisition rewards on success. You must choose whether to accept before beginning the mission. brothers will rejoice at the challenge, Commander.
Fire launchers. Fire launchers. Storm. Rugen.
We detect these seeds so often in the ruins of our great ecclesiarchy.
It is the Plague Lord mocking us, Purifier. He mocks the edifice of our Imperium. This bloom is only one of countless jibes.
We will undo every one of his jests, brothers. The seeds lay ahead. Extract or destroy them.
Commander, your brethren must recover one of these seeds from a living host. I have trained your warriors to focus their senses. If they perform a precision strike in hand-to-hand combat, they should be able to locate and extract any seed present within the foe.
Moving swiftly.
Chaos stirs within the shadows.
The Emperor. Keep searching.
Moving out.
Curses. There must be one here somewhere.
Cannot see us.
Back, fiend.
Get out of there!
I take all comers. As ordered. The Emperor protects. I will fire when ready.
Charge! Attack! Please! Here's a good spot. Just wait. Just wait. You will bleed.
Pathetic!
The enemy weakens.
Overwatch. Die! Die! Die!
Power!
Get up! Get up!
In bloodshed we save. Feel the weight of my sword. Justice. Power. Another falls to the Knights of Titan.
The Emperor protects. Vengeance!
Gods, grant me strength!
Kneel!
Die, abomination! Yes! Tear them down! Attack! Kill them all! No, don't give up! Ah! Attack! Kill them all! You will bleed! It bleeds! It bleeds!
The Aegis shields us. Cower!
Get out of there!
There now, good business. My wrath is restored, brother. Face me. Another one down. With haste.
See what?
I am the Emperor's vengeance.
My armor remains
Commander, I sense a massive spike in warp activity below.
It is a warp surge, Inquisitor. Such events are common in pitch battles between Psychers.
And yet your brothers have clearly restrained their powers. Something foul is at work below.
Vengeance. Enemy destroyed. With me, my brothers.
I will fight from here. Just wait. Just wait.
Brother, stand
There it is.
ready.
Commander, harvest the seed from that creature's flesh.
must protect us. I will fight from here.
I see one.
Yes! Another chance, Commander. Yes, we have it. My commendations to that knight. Return with that seed as soon as you can.
Seeking the tainted. You cannot harm me.
Charge! Eat this! You will bleed! Fall, monster!
I will end you. Strong shall stand.
It is their will! Die! Die! Die!
None may stay our wrath.
But he was one of the chosen!
Pure among impurity. Vengeance!
No! Don't give up now!
You have been judged!
Attack! Kill them all! Eat this! The gods favor you! It is their will! Yes! Tear them! Get up! Get up! Get up!
These wounds will heal. My will is spent.
Die! 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 Ah!
Charge! Overwatch.
Yes! Tear them down!
Ah! No! Don't give up now!
The Aegis shields us. Back in the fight. Now.
The angels shall fall!
Feel my wrath. Vengeance!
Well done, my brothers. However, the Blade God's minions converge on your location. Hold your ground until the Dominus can teleport you from the surface.
I have claimed this wretched bloom essence.
Feel the bite of my sword. I am the Emperor's vengeance. At once.
Get up! Get up!
Eat this!
Attack! Kill them all!
Just wait. Just wait. Does he get
Pain is beneath me. More corpses join the ranks. Another falls to the Knights of Titan. Onward, brothers.
The Aegis shields us. Cower. Kneel! No match for the Emperor's chosen.
Cower!
Sold to the unworthy.
The Emperor protects. In bloodshed we save.
We slay the darkness.
We are the hammer.
For the golden throne. Strong we shall stand. Pathetic.
None may stay on. My armor
All
remains.
active Astartes recovered. Beginning teleportation.
Select as many rewards as you like. Unspent requisition can be used after future missions or at the next Grandmaster's report. Critically wounded knights will survive their injuries as long as they have at least one resilience remaining. They will be restored to active duty once they have recovered in the Apothecarium.
You serve the Emperor well. Commander, perhaps you can help me. I recently requisitioned a tome from the archives. The treatise on...
I already forbade it, Inquisitor.
What does this warrior understand of study? Do you want me to combat this bloom or not?
I would prefer to deny her the treatise altogether.
Don't be too judicious in your censorship, Ektar.
Soda. Fool. Rugen.
Pause.
The Ultramarines appear to have been holding this ground until a recent Death Guard assault.
Curious. I would not have expected Nurgle to use direct force to lay the groundwork for the bloom.
Yes, the Plague Lord's methods are generally more indirect. Perhaps this skirmish held some other purpose.
On my way. Comms off. Ready for battle. These heretics will suffer the ultimate punishment! Death to the enemy!
However, the great odds minions converge on your location. Hold your ground until the Dominers can teleport you from the surface.
Foe down! We strive. Comms off. Ready for battle. As ordered. What is your will? Orders? Affirmative.
This way, out of sight. Fight from here.
Prepare to engage. Down. Advancing. It will be done.
That's all the seas accounted for, Commander. But there are warp disturbances emerging nearby. We will begin teleport extraction immediately.
Fall, monster!
Enemy reinforcements.
The Imperium shall burn!
We break. I strike true. Coward.
No, don't give up now!
I am the Emperor's fury. It will be done. refuse this fate.
Justice.
Attack! Kill them all! Yeah! Eat them!
Pain is beneath you. Barely a scratch. No match for the Emperor's chosen. Opening fire.
Foe destroyed, Commander.
Target acquired. Threat eliminated. Taking position.
Yes, sir.
Eyes on. Ready to fire.
Recovery sequence initiating.
It is clear that these seeds are fragments of some vile artifact, saturated with corruption. Once fused with organic life, they spread rapidly from the host, afflicting whole populations with a deadly plague.
All according to the plague god's desires.
Yes. But what confounds me is how it spread so quickly between solar systems. I have issued an interdiction order for this sector. Interplanetary travel will be limited. With the Emperor's mercy, it will buy us some time.
Denial. The baleful edict is far too damaged to begin a new campaign.
And yet it must. This bloom is already ripening, evolving fast towards some dire purpose. Would you truly turn your back on the trillions of souls the plague god threatens to devour?
Never. But how do you propose we stop it?
This seed radiates a psychic imprint from what I believe to be some kind of origin. With further research, I will be able to pinpoint that location.
I would rather we simply purge them.
That is the difference between us, Purifier. You are the hammer, but I am the one with the burden to wield it. Destroying it now would silence the only lead we have. If I can prove these seeds all radiate from the same destination, then we can follow that trail and destroy the source of the bloom's power.
Challenge. You said seeds. You deduce much from only one.
You are correct, Tech Priest. I need more. One is not sufficient to prove my theory. Commander, you must send out your knights to harvest more.
You would have us limp around the sector with more of this corruption in my hold?
I agree it is far from ideal, Dominus, but if the Inquisitor can locate the source of this corruption, then I advise we comply with her request.
Affirmative.
Excellent. We have no time to waste. You have my attention, Knight. To be honest, I contact the Ordo has very well. Do you doubt? I do not know several hundred, and do I bore you? Yes, you've taken enough of my time.
Commander, preliminary. The machine I once had waiting for ownership. Its story waiting for. I must attend to repairs.
Do you seek wisdom? The cost the Inquisitor by all means. The cost of by all means. Nurgle by all means. Nurgle, the plague god. I hope that aids you, brother. Their faith ever remains their Aegis, Commander.
fight against the vile heresy.
The edicts of our chapter...
Did you not make the case?
I suppose...
Indeed. We all have a duty to elevate need above custom. Now, Commander, which temple would best serve your most immediate needs on the battlefield? It will be excruciating to host a pariah. Commander.
Mortimer.
We are yours to command, brother.
This cathedral appears in fine condition. Are you quite sure your prognosticars detected signs of the bloom within?
Certainty. Ministorum communications have been silenced since our arrival.
This edifice stands as a tribute to our righteous emperor. Brothers, we must remove these foul seeds from this holy place.
Ну, все, пока. Сегодня.